Welcome back. The Khumbu region of Nepal, lying in the shadow of Mount Everest, is a trekker's paradise. The people who live here, the Sherpas, are renowned for their ability to survive in one of Earth's most challenging environments. But can they deal with the new challenges global warming is posing?
Norbu Sherpa is a trekking guide in the mountainous Khumbu region of Nepal. His job gives him first-hand experience of the impact of climate change.
This is a picture of me on a trekking trip. This is a high pass. This place used to be covered in snow. Now you can see all these rocks. That's my view of it.
Even local building has been affected by the warmer temperatures. Houses here once needed thick walls and strong roof supports to withstand the snow and cold. Not anymore.
The side walls of the houses used to be about 20 centimeters thick. Now we only have to make them about 8 centimeters because there's less snowfall. Not just the walls, but we used to need big pillars to support the roof.
Now Arti Gurung, an environmental researcher, has come to Kut to learn more about the freak weather that Norbu and the villagers have been experiencing.
Nowadays, every year, there is a drought. Last year, there was a little bit of snow, just a little bit. From October to November, the drought started. Now it's April and it's raining a little bit. I wonder what causes it.
How many years has it been since it's really snowed?
It's been 5 years.
So it's not snowed properly.
The lack of snow is all the more surprising, given that Kut stands at an altitude of 2,550 meters.
What do
you know about the glacial lakes, Imja and Diksho?
We don't really know. It's dangerous.
If Gupta Lake comes down, all this will be underwater.
The meeting was interesting for me, particularly because we've been knowing about all these strange weather that the Everest region is having, but then to know how they feel and how it has impacted their lives by just not having rain in winter was amazing to know, and to which also kind of add value to add up to our research and give us a more bigger picture of climate change impacts.
Sherpas have been keeping livestock at high altitude for centuries. Yaks, of course, do the heavy work, while cows tend to stay closer to home. But another consequence of prolonged drought is that there's less grazing land, and inevitably that means another shortage, this time milk. Following the Kut village meeting, Norbu Sherpa and Arti Gurung have been invited to Kathmandu, Nepal's capital, to the government's Department of Hydrology and Meteorology. They're meeting Dr. Aaron Shrestha, an expert in glaciers and glacier lakes.
From our observations, it is clear, it is very clear that there is no doubt that glaciers are shrinking very fast. In last 2 decades, the rate has accelerated compared to the previous decades. The environment around the lake are very fragile. So increase in the hydrostatic pressure from lake water can cause the dam to break and release in a very small period, release huge amount of water. And the river valleys are in the mountains are not, they are not naturally designed to cater a huge amount of water. So they are going to experience a big flood. A very big flood, a catastrophic flood.
Namaste, Aarti ji.
Namaste.
Namaste.
मैले चाहिँ यहाँ हाम्रो नोर्बुजीलाई उता घाटबाट लिएर आएको थिएँ. यहाँ नोर्बुजी, यहाँ चाहिँ डक्टर अरुण.
For Norbu, this is an opportunity to raise the villagers' concerns about Imja Glacier Lake.
What I've heard from people from that area is that Imja was small lakes before. Now it's one big lake. Similarly, Nozumba Glacier has melted to form many small lakes.
But that hasn't happened yet?
No, but that's how it starts. As he described, in Nozumba Glacier, for instance, there is possibility of more lake forming. Big lakes are formed when small lakes expand because of glacier melting. We are closely monitoring Nozumba and Khumbu lakes because they are melting fast.
Norbu still wants to hear more about Imja Glacier Lake. If it burst its dam, it could be a major threat to Kut village.
Next time, I will Imja.
This picture of Imja Glacier was taken by satellite in 1962. At that point, the lake covered 27,000 square meters. This picture, taken in March 2001, shows that Imja lakes now cover an area of 823,000 square meters. In the last 40 years, this lake has really expanded. It's been growing much faster than Diksu. It's really big and it holds a lot more water. If it bursts, there's going to be a lot of damage.
Well, now I've spent some time with Dr. Arun. He's telling me that of the 20 dangerous lakes, Imja Glacier Lake is one of the most dangerous. After hearing this, I am even more scared than before.
Back home, Norbu Sherpa is contemplating the future.
The bigger nations must think about us living in the mountains. Otherwise, we'll be living in fear. Either we'll have to move, or they have to start to take responsibility, or they'll have to share the risk.
The strange weather pattern seems set to continue. Kathmandu recently experienced snow for the first time in 60 years. That's it for now, but join me next time for another edition of Witness.